All right, well, it's not a ban, but will it work kind of like a ban? Homeland Security now saying that people flying in from Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, will be required to fly into one of those 5 U.S. airports specifically prepared with enhanced screening, additional resources in place. So, Tracy, the argument goes, it's not a ban, but it is a fine-tuning. Enough?
No. Absolutely not.
Why not?
And because we're still not getting to the root of the problem, containing everyone, fixing this, solving this a problem where it should be, not here in the United States. You're still bringing these people here to the United States. And you know what? We keep messing up on how to protect ourselves and protect everyone from it. Who's to say they're not going to do that at these spots? I say, I'm sorry, keep them in the country.
Jonathan?
Well, Neil, for all the talk about the Ebola, epidemic and outbreak, we've now gone, almost 6 days with no new reported cases, and a total of less than 5 people who've actually contracted the disease here in the U.S. I think this is really a political move. There's been a lot of outcries for D.C. to do something, stemming the tide from people from Africa. But, with all the money we've invested in Homeland Security and the TSA, we're talking about 180, 200 people a day who come in from these affected areas. My thought would be screen them. Why have to disrupt the entire airline system as we know it?
What do you think, Mark?
This is unbelievable to me, because does anybody trust this government anymore to protect us from Ebola? Look, here's the standard we should be applying with these rules. Would these rules have prevented Thomas Duncan, from entering the United States? He didn't have a fever, and he lied on his form. These rules would not have prevented him from coming in. So why are we even considering rules like this?
Don't the new rules now take into account slightly elevated temperatures?
Slightly elevated temperatures, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're allowing folks to take the flight and come here. So the people on that flight,
so you would shut down.
We should shut it down, even just temporarily. This is about politics. Election day is 2 weeks from today, and no one wants to upset the Democrat base. That's what this is ultimately about.
Well, you can argue that Nigeria tried this. It completely locked down its borders, right? And allowed travel in and out. And now they're Ebola-free.
And it worked, exactly. So, we have proof that something like this works. We keep fighting and saying that...
What about Jonathan's point, you can go too far here?
Jonathan's bananas. I say block
No, I'd say that on
Neil, the reason why we haven't seen an outbreak here, we're not going to see an outbreak here, unlike Western Africa, is because this is a country that is the first world. We have science here, not mysticism.
But how did we get it here in the first place? Then, Jonathan, it shouldn't have come here in the first place if those were the parameters we're going by.
We need to apply Ronald Reagan's 9 most dangerous words. I'm from the government, and I'm here to help. These guys will not protect us. It's 9. I've counted it.
But I wouldn't worry about this, that we're going to get wise after the fact. Something will happen. Something mutates in this sort of thing, and it'll be that.
Right. And it all could have been stopped if we just shut the doors for a little bit.
But Jonathan was far more interested in making money than saving lives.
Neil, I think Neil, you must have seen that trailer for the Dustin Hoffman movie where the outbreak. That happens in the movies, Neil. Thus far, it hasn't happened here in the U.S.
Did you see Dustin Hoffman
in the first world?
Very compelling. Very compelling.
Shut down the border. Prevent, the Homeland Security talks about how, we've got everything under control. Our ports are under control. We're monitoring everything. Do not trust the government to protect us from this disease.
But you don't fear your reaction could be an overreaction and create more panic?
4 people.
How about a temporary
325 million people in the country.
People coming over on these flights?
Doctors Without Borders have come out and said this could be a devastating epidemic if we don't take care of it, Jonathan.
In Africa.
But you're letting them fly here. You're letting them fly here, Jonathan. What is? You don't have no interest.
You're
not going to West Africa anytime soon. Why do you care?
I'm not going to West Africa. I'm also not going to travel to any Muslim-majority countries either, because I don't think it's in my best interest. I don't think it's safe. But you know what? 128 people die every day from car accidents in this country. So far, out of 300 million people, we've got less than 5 that have been affected by Ebola.
Car accidents
it's not an epidemic just yet.
Car accidents don't spread like communicable diseases.
Okay,
have you
seen
his car?
All right, guys.